Dancing with the Stars fans demand host be fired after painful on-air moment. A detailed look at the controversy. The current season of Dancing with the Stars, has been marred by a recurring wave of online criticism directed at co-host Julianne Hough, with a vocal segment of the fanbase on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Reddit calling for her dismissal. The frustration stems from a collection of on-air incidents and her overall hosting style, which many viewers have described as awkward, cringy, and painful. The intense backlash has once again put the show's volatile history of host changes under the spotlight, coming after the controversial departure of Tom Bergeron and Erin Andrews, and the polarizing tenure of Tyra Banks. Fans had hoped Hough, a former two-time professional champion and judge, would bring a smooth return to form, but her performance has unfortunately fueled more turbulence. The painful moments driving the outcry. The fan demands are not tied to a single, catastrophic mistake, but rather an accumulation of numerous small, recurring blunders that viewers feel detract from the performances and the contestants. The name mispronunciation issue. The most consistent source of frustration is Julianne Hough's repeated struggle with contestant names. Specifically, viewers have called her out for consistently mispronouncing the name of a high-scoring celebrity, Hochel Gomez. Fans find this disrespectful and a glaring oversight for a host on a major network show. The inability to correctly pronounce a star's name, weeks into the competition, has signaled to many a lack of preparation or care for the contestants. Awkward and clunky interview style. Hough's post-performance interviews with the couples are frequently labeled as painful and forced. Fans complain that she often appears to be reading directly from a script, stumbling over her lines, or asking questions that fall flat. One specific, criticized moment occurred during an interview with actor Barry Williams and his partner, Peter Murgatroyd, where her immediate post-dance question was deemed inane, making the segment difficult to watch. Her inability to naturally navigate unscripted moments is a key factor in the calls for her to stop hosting. Insensitive or uninformed gaffes. On multiple occasions, Hough has made comments that, while potentially unintentional, struck viewers as insensitive. This included a gentle gaffe during an interview with Barry Williams, where she mentioned his former Brady Bunch co-star Florence Henderson, a season 11 contestant, in a way that seemed to forget Henderson's passing in 2016. Such moments reinforce the perception that her focus is not fully on the show or its history. Wardrobe distractions. While not directly related to her hosting duties, a parallel source of criticism involves Julianne's weekly wardrobe choices. Fans frequently and often brutally mock her dresses on social media, comparing them to everything from fancy napkins to bedsheets and openly demanding that she fire her stylist. Although this is a superficial critique, it adds to the overall negative conversation surrounding her on-air presence. Perceived inauthenticity. A deeper-seated complaint from longtime fans is a perceived lack of genuine connection, with some claiming her fake smile and overly enthusiastic tone are rehearsed and disingenuous. This is contrasted with her co-host Alfonso Ribeiro, who, despite also facing some minor criticism, is generally considered to be smoother and more natural in his role. Many viewers have suggested the production should simply switch their roles, with Ribeiro taking the lead. The context. Dancing with the Stars host history. The intensity of the fan backlash is amplified by the recent history of the Dancing with the Stars host position. The sudden removal of beloved original host Tom Bergeron and co-host Erin Andrews was a major blow to the show's loyal base. Bergeron later stated he was fired for butting heads with producers over political casting choices, signaling a rift between management and talent. Tyra Banks, who succeeded them, faced years of scrutiny for wardrobe, on-air errors, and what some felt was an attempt to make the show too much about her. When Julianne Hough was announced as Banks' replacement, there was a sense of optimism for a former pro to restore the show's classic feel. The fact that the show is once again seeing major weekly calls for a host to be fired demonstrates the audience's continued frustration with the overall direction of the show's on-camera leadership. Despite the barrage of negativity, Julianne Hough does have supporters who defend her energy and her emotional connection with the contestants, arguing that she is the heart of the show and that every host makes occasional mistakes. However, for the segment of the audience that is actively demanding her firing, the accumulation of painful and awkward moments has made her continued presence in the ballroom an active detriment to their viewing experience. As a result, the controversy continues to trend weekly, putting sustained pressure on the show's producers.